and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Hedera specifically in this one. But y'all, I know a lot of y'all come for the quant, but I promise y'all, stay for the Hedera. Hedera is doing some incredible things. I've already brought you so many major organizations that have already tied themselves to Hedera on the governmental level and on the multinational corporation level and banking level. You guys follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere. And now one of people who are building on Hedera now have just also integrated literally Ripple into it. Y'all follow me because I got a lot of stuff coming about Hedera. But anyway, in this video, Hedera has a new governing council member. Now, we just talked about the newest governing council member, which was Arrow. Now we are talking about blockchain for energy. And you may think that that's nothing until you understand truly what blockchain for energy is and who is tied to blockchain for energy. Things like Chevron and Exxon. We're talking about some multinational corporations and who has now coupled themselves with Hedera on two different levels. They are now a governing council member, and they are utilizing Hedera's literally Hashgraph, their DLT technology. Follow me when I'm telling you about these distributed ledger technology companies that are carving out the distributed ledger technology asset sector, and Hedera is positioning itself to be a multi-trillion-dollar corporation one day. A multi-trillion-dollar market cap in the distributed ledger technology sector because they are coupling themselves with brand names, which will then reflect and make Hedera a brand name. Y'all have to truly understand what a brand name means, okay? But more from this very first video, it is my boy, Brandon, the HBAR bull. Bro, you rock. Understand truly, when you have these people that's dropping these gems, y'all pick them up and truly tap in. But here we go, talking about Hedera and the blockchain for energy, now new governing council member seat. And I will be right back.
Have a new Hedera council member that represents the largest energy companies on the planet. So we're going to start off with that new council member. And we've had two new council members just over the past few weeks. The latest announcement was just a couple days ago with Blockchain for Energy. Over a year ago, we highlighted that Hedera joined the B4E group of massive organizations, and now the roles are reversed. They're joining our group. Blockchain for Energy is a consortium of large energy industry players, including Chevron, Exxon, SLB, formerly Schlumberger, and ConocoPhillips. Just so happens I've worked for two of those companies, and I've worked with all of them. So one of the interesting things around Blockchain for Energy is it's blockchain for energy, but the only layer one that's involved actually isn't a blockchain at all, Hedera. That said, there is another Hedera builder involved, Tollum Earth. B4E provides a secure environment for energy stakeholders to collaborate on blockchain-powered solutions that streamline workflows and strengthen environmental performance. We learned last year that one of the consortium members, Exxon Geo, a global leader in thermal energy, was using B4E Carbon as part of a power purchase agreement with a major Texas utility company. Exceed Energy uses B4E Carbon to manage carbon-negative geothermal power generation while setting a new standard for environmental claims management and carbon credit monetization. And you guessed it, B4E Carbon is underpinned by Hedera. Rebecca Hoffman, president and CEO of Blockchain for Energy, said, "Joining the Hedera Council is a pivotal step in advancing our vision for a high-integrity, trusted emissions reporting ecosystem. Through our B4E Carbon platform, a secure, auditable, and decentralized DMRV solution, we're setting up a new benchmark for sustainability data across the energy value chain, built for operators, backed by data, validated by results. Together with Hedera, we're committed to raising industry standards, eliminating greenwashing risks, and delivering trusted sustainability outcomes that our stakeholders and communities can rely on." The Hedera Council MEMCOM chairman Simon Olson said, one of the barriers to widespread enterprise adoption of blockchain technology is the lack of standardization. By forming a consortium to promulgate uniform standards, Blockchain for Energy can help overcome persistent problems that have plagued the energy industry, such as how to track seismic data. I do want to report that B4E Carbon is not the only initiative that's being explored by the consortium and the consortium members. Some of the consortium members are looking at ways at leveraging the Hedera network as well. So exciting stuff, a lot to learn, a lot to dig into.
Now y'all just saw that. Like, for real, this is real companies, y'all. This is real companies with real use cases that literally do trillions of different types of transactions a year. And to know that they are now coupling themselves with specific distributed ledger technology companies, like these ISO compliant companies that are getting ready to start building infrastructure, or that have already built infrastructure and ready for regulatory compliancy for a go live date. Understand what is truly getting ready to be laid out right in front of our faces, you guys, okay? Think about it like this. I keep calling Hedera a brand name, but this is the reason why. You know, when you receive a package in the mail, right? And they have that white foam inside of that, everybody calls that styrofoam. But you wanna know what? A nice percentage of what that comes is not styrofoam. It is actually something called polystyrene, because styrofoam is a company that produces polystyrene, just like multiple other polystyrene companies out there. But styrofoam became the brand name for polystyrene. So now when anyone thinks of styrofoam, they automatically say styrofoam, not understanding that that may not even be styrofoam. It may be some other brand of polystyrene. That's how powerful a brand name is. Like Band-Aid. Band-Aid is another brand name. All strip bandages, there's multiple different kinds out there, but whenever someone says, hey, do you have a, what do they say? Band-Aid, because Band-Aid became the brand name. And understand Hedera and what they're tying themselves to, which are other brand name, will indirectly make Hedera a brand name that is utilized when people think of Web3. When they think of blockchain, they will automatically think of Hedera. That's why one of their slogans is built on Hedera, because they're making themselves a brand name. Follow me on this, because I'm always going somewhere. But here we go. We're jumping into my boy All In Crypto. We're diving deeper into blockchain for energy, the whole connection with Hedera and exactly what they're doing, and some of the players associated with it and their market caps. Understand truly, y'all, this is a major. This is incredible for anyone in the distributed ledger technology sector to be associated with, but then to understand that it's something like a HBAR, something that you hold, something that literally one of these, like I call it like a ruby or some type of beautiful gemstone, because truly they power the networks that all these transactions will be flowing through. Follow me on this, because I'm always going somewhere. But here we go. Some from my boy All In Crypto, and I'll be right back.
Just the other day, there was the announcement of Blockchain for Energy. Hedera Hashgraph's distributed ledger technology be used by the likes of Exxon Mobil, which is nearly a $500 billion company as of June 2025. In fact, it's typically ranked amongst the top 20 largest companies in the world from a public company point of view, and it's the largest US-based non-state-owned energy firm that there is. They are going to be using, through this governing council member, which we're going to be exploring, Hedera Hashgraph. Got the likes of Chevron. This is a $250 billion company. In fact, it's one of the largest global energy majors and the only oil and gas firm in the US Dow Jones Industrial Average. Then we've got Repsol, which is a smaller company, around about $16 billion in terms of market cap as of this month. But it's amongst the top 3 Spanish companies in the Fortune Global 500 by revenue. Then we've got Schlumberger, which is around about a $46 billion company. As far as its market cap's concerned, this is the world's largest oil field services and offshore drilling firm. The world's largest. Then we've got Devon Energy, which of course is around about $46 billion as well. And there's more. These are just some, and these are now going to be using and utilizing Hedera. The non-profit consortium of leading global energy companies, Blockchain for Energy, has joined Hedera's council. As part of its membership, Blockchain for Energy will expand on its fully integrated emissions management platform built on Hedera. Blockchain for Energy Carbon to explore new sustainability solutions that boost efficiency, cut costs, speed timelines, and spark innovation across the energy sector. This is from Mance Harmon himself. A big welcome to Blockchain for Energy, the newest member of the Hedera Council. Blockchain for Energy will build upon its Hedera-powered emissions platform, Blockchain for Energy Carbon, to accelerate innovation and sustainability across the energy sector. B4E members include Chevron, ConocoPhillips, Exxon Mobil, Repsol, and many others.
Now, y'all just saw directly from them, truly understand and see everything that's going on. I'm not even done. I got another video for y'all because it's such a big deal. I want y'all to really see exactly what they're providing for this blockchain for energy amongst these huge conglomerate companies that literally are pushing parts of their business to distributed ledger technologies. And one of the players, the only Web3 player that is associated with this particular thing, is Hedera. That's all I'll say, you guys, but here we go. Just a little bit more from that whole part with my boy All In Crypto, and I'll be right back.
Blockchain for Energy joins Hedera Council to advance emissions reporting standards. It says the consortium works to unify standards for transparency and accountability in data provenance. Hedera is also playing a major role in AI, and there'll probably be a crossover here with all this, while integrating real-time monitoring, setting a new benchmark for reporting and verifying emissions claims. B4E provides a secure environment for energy stakeholders to collaborate on blockchain-powered solutions that streamline workflows and strengthen environmental performance. Blockchain for Energy utilizes Hedera technology in Blockchain for Energy Carbon, the first fully integrated emissions management platform for the energy industry. Blockchain for Energy Carbon harnesses the capabilities of the open source Hedera network to deliver a secure, transparent, and auditable decentralized system for emissions data management, eliminating the risk of greenwashing and fraud in emissions claims. As part of its council membership, Blockchain for Energy will explore additional opportunities in sustainability that advance its mission to drive efficiency, reduce costs, accelerate timelines, and enable industry-wide innovation. This is from Rebecca, who's the president and CEO of the Blockchain for Energy company or non-profit. She commented saying, joining Hedera's council is a pivotal step in advancing our vision for a high-integrity, trusted emissions reporting ecosystem. Through our Blockchain for Energy Carbon platform, a secure, auditable, and decentralized DMRV solution, we are setting a new benchmark for sustainability data across the energy value chain. Built for operators, backed by data, validated by results. Together with Hedera, we are committed to raising industry standards, eliminating greenwashing risk, and delivering trusted sustainability outcomes that our stakeholders and communities can rely on. Hedera's Council is a governing body comprised of global leading organizations that foster trust, security, and innovation on the Hedera network. Blockchain for Energy will join the rotating council, which includes up to 39 diverse and globally recognized organizations. As a council member, Blockchain for Energy will also operate a node on the Hedera network, sharing equal voting power with other members in the governance of Hedera's software and services. It says one of the barriers to widespread enterprise adoption of blockchain technology is the lack of standardization. This is from one of the chairmen of the membership committee for Hedera's council. By forming a consortium to promulgate uniform standards, Blockchain for Energy can help overcome persistent problems that have long plagued the energy industry, such as the track of systemic data. By combining Hedera's DLT and AI and IoT, blockchain for energy carbon sets a new standard for trusted emissions data, helping companies deliver accurate carbon reporting and provide environmental accountability. So ExxonMobil, the largest US non-profit provider to energy, one of the top 20 largest companies in the world. I mean, look at this. ConocoPhillips, Chevron, so on and so forth. And of course, Hedera is the only DLT to facilitate that. If we take a look at this, it talks about blockchain for energy carbon is the new standards for measuring, reporting, and verifying of carbon emissions removal. It talks about the technology seamlessly connecting AI, IoT, and blockchain for intelligence and ultra-secure data framework. And of course, who are they using to do this? They are using Hedera. We leverage the power of Hedera Hashgraph's advanced distributed ledger technology, offering secure and efficient decentralized infrastructure and data.
So y'all just saw everything that they had to say in regards to why Hedera. Y'all just saw everything in regards to what Hedera is doing, the infrastructure that they're doing for their carbon markets. Like, this is nothing not to be like, this is really happening, and it's happening right now in our faces in 2025. And if you're paying attention, my goodness, your 2026, 2027, 2028, 29, 2030, and beyond will be historic, because they are now codifying law around this distributed ledger technology sector. And you have some of these key phoenixes that's getting ready to rise from the ashes of regulation that are going to do incredible. But until the next time, y'all already know. And if you made it all the way through, y'all, this whole video, I know this was a slightly longer one, and I'm sorry about that, but I really appreciate y'all time. I truly do. If you made it all the way through this whole video, type in blockchain, because what Hedera is doing for the space of blockchain, although I know it is a hash graph, but it is still a distributed ledger technology. And for what they're doing for the space of blockchain is nothing not to truly horn in and pay attention, because these moves are strategic and methodic, and they're beautiful to watch unfold right in front of our eyes, you guys. So type in blockchain, and I know you made it all the way through this entire video. Till the next time, y'all already know. I appreciate y'all. Peace out.